set up or the Sharia compliant issues as we're discussing here. But that is not going to bridge the gap which many of our owners require. So that's that part. So the other part on the Islamic side, I think it does widen the base as stated in terms of where you can go and get your funds. But it's going to be a long, hard process, and it needs more education and time. But I think it will have an impact as time progresses. So as the transactions get done, people are aware of them, and therefore it will make it easier for the next transaction to come through.
Thanks, Deepak. Nigel, as head of ship finance worldwide, where do you see the Middle Eastern financing position vis-à-vis the rest?
Not about worldwide, certainly Middle East, Asia, Africa, where the bank is. Okay. Well, I think Deepak's made a very good point. There's so few banks here on the ground looking at shipping finance. I think I'm proud to say that Standard Chartered, with Russell and Sammy on board here right now, are the biggest bank looking at shipping finance in the region. But there will be more banks need to do business to cope with the demand certainly from here. Now, we've got a lot of very, very good clients down here, and we serve them as best we can, and we're certainly to expand that network. But I think Deepak's right. There is a lack of other banks in the market. Now, that may well change the next year or so, but at the moment that's where we are. I think we turn to Islamic banking. We did close an Islamic shipping transaction in 2008. We're working on one right now. It's not something we see a lot of. We have the capability, fortunately. It's something we certainly would like to do more of, both here and Malaysia. We also have Standard Chartered Sadiq in Malaysia. So it's a product that does work well with shipping. We don't see many opportunities, but we are there if it's required, and we do promote it where possible. I'd like to add one other comment that Deepak made earlier too about the list of the things that banks look for when doing a transaction. I think we've got a lot closer to our clients than we probably did before. I think it's also, I now have ship owners come up to me and say, Nigel, I want you to know my business. I really need you to know my business because I'm going to expand, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And if you know, that'll help me progress further. So I think we as shipping bankers must know our clients' business better than maybe before in the heady days when it was transactions were turned over very, very quickly. So I think that's a very positive element, something we will have as a bank have to work very hard at.
Vijay, if you want to conclude, and then we can take a couple of questions from the floor.
I basically want to say that, in terms of Islamic finance, there's a role for every money lender today in the market. There's a dearth of finance, and every kind of finance available in the market, be it Islamic, be it the traditional loan shark, which some of the banks have turned out to be, are now having a big role to play in financing the ships. Having said that, it wouldn't be a bad idea not to finance some of the ships and have the oversupply situation go away from us. In terms of the Middle East is, as Deepak pointed out, is sitting on a lot of natural resources. There's a huge amount of oil services business here, and is very, very underfinanced because except for the three banks sitting here, maybe there's 4 or 5 other banks which are actually operating in this market. What comes as a green shoot is a recent deal done by UASC, where they brought about 5 or 6 banks in the region into the shipping industry. Yes, they need a lot of education in the business, but I think that's the way to go, where regional banks will start looking at regional business. You see a lot of Chinese banks taking over Chinese business. You see a lot of Indian banks stepping into the shoes to do a lot of Indian business. And you're seeing a lot of Middle Eastern banks sitting and doing a lot of Middle Eastern business. Yes, the cross-border lending might have reduced substantially with the Western European banks now minding their own business and trying to shore up their balance sheets. But there are other banks who are stepping in and filling their shoes.